Hello and welcome back to Softcore History. It's good to be back in a different location this week. I'm Jake Goldman.
Different part of the building.
Different part of the building. I'm Jake Goldman. I'm here as always with our producer and co-host, Dan Regester. How are you doing, Dan?
What's up? What's up? You
Dan's at the DJ table.
Yeah.
DJ Diddle's in the building.
DJ Diddles
Is
is a great
DJ
name.
Diddle's what you want to be called, really?
No,
Diddles is a poor choice, but I kind of love it.
It's actually a callback to a Dane Cook joke
Oh.
from like 8th grade.
Well, we'll move on then.
Yeah. You can steal his jokes now. They're in public domain.
They're evergreen.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we also have with us, as always, Robert Fox III.
Yes. I'm here, and I'm excited. This is an episode where I might say something ridiculously offensive on accident.
Yeah. No, it could
An
happen.
episode about a Jewish holiday.
No,
Who knows what my... I remember when we were talking the other day on text, and I was like, is it okay if I call them Jews?
And I was like, I don't know.
Like...
I don't think you can.
But like
Yeah,
not
you
in
can't.
like a Jew, like
Well, it's like-
fucking Jew. It was
It's
just
like Mexican.
Yeah, it's like, can I call? Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, it's
fucking Mexican.
Yeah,
or
if
like,
you say-
oh, she's Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Right. Like, because it's like you would never call someone like, oh, he's a Jew. You would
Yeah.
say he's Jewish.
Right.
But
The
for
plural's tough.
The plural is hard because it's like, well, they're not. You wouldn't just say, oh, they're Jewish people. You'd be like, in a historical reference too, the Jews is probably accurate.
Yeah.
I would say like.
Can I
Jewish
just
pe-
tell you how excited Rob is? Because we just did a college basketball podcast where he was very subdued. His voice came in. The levels were great on the board.
Mm-hmm.
They're peaking right now.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
Skirt, yeet.
He is very excited to talk shit on the Jews.
Yeah.
So
The heart
That's,
rate's up.
his eyes are his pupils are dilating. His cheeks are flushed. He just can't stop tapping.
He's gonna
I don't
make
want to. I don't want to accuse you of stealing my sunglasses because
I know. I knew this was gonna come up.
the rims are gold.
I knew this was gonna come up.
But-
Rob came over yesterday at my house. Our wives made Christmas cookies.
While we all blacked out.
Yeah, we all got really drunk, and Rob just kept talking about his cool new sunglasses and like was taking pictures with them on and stuff. I was like, oh, those are really nice, and he lost them, and he swears they're at my house. I can't find them,
that's why you don't buy expensive
and
sunglasses.
I had to outright say I didn't steal your sunglasses.
Well, you offered it up. I didn't accuse you of it.
Because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's coming.
I didn't think it was, but then you planted that seed.
And now
in my
it's-
mind.
now it's my fault.
Yeah.
that you think I stole them.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think I remember
Rob
that
is going to come to my house.
they're
after
gold
this.
rimmed.
Yeah, the gold rim.
Well, the only reason I'm coming over is because we were all blacked out drunk.
Yeah,
I remember where I was sitting and where I would have put them down, potentially.
on a Sunday, no less.
yeah, it was worth it. I didn't do shit at work today.
Today was thankfully a
I mean,
light day
Mondays.
for
Yeah,
us.
Mondays are easy for us.
Oh, Monday is the worst day of my job.
Yeah.
by far.
We don't start till 1:30, so
Oh, that's fantastic.
Anyway, if you smelted those goddamn sunglasses.
I just broke them down and melted down the little underwire.
Yeah,
for the lens,
exact- yes.
just for like 1/10 of an ounce of fake gold.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right. Yeah, so the reason why Rob is talking about Jewish stuff is our episode today is actually about a Jewish holiday because we are currently on the, what did it start, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. We're on the 5th night of Hanukkah.
and
Right.
we're inclusive because we just did a Christmas episode.
Well, to be fair, the Jews invented Christmas.
Roman
So,
Christmas.
Yes.
Saturnalia.
The Jews invented it first, and then the Romans stole it. And
Go
then
ahead
the
and
Christians stole it.
check out that episode. I'm actually going to upload the video to that on YouTube and this episode tonight. So
Oh, awesome.
both will be up.
Well, the Saturnalia episode was really good, and a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, Jake's going to talk about Hanukkah. Wrong. Fuck Hanukkah. Hanukkah's terrible. Hanukkah is kind of like our westernized way of competing with Christmas in America. It's not a high holy holiday by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, people like to say, like, I guess it actually cracks me up a lot. Oh no, I knocked over a beer that I hadn't opened yet. It actually cracks me up a lot that people kind of act like these days, like now, you call it the last 20 years at worst, maybe the last 10 years, we're overly inclusive. But
Okay.
really, for whatever reason, I either probably just because to make money.
Oh, absolutely.
Really, like marketing firms and toy companies and whatever else were like, oh well, we're getting 90% of America with Christmas. Where's that other 10%?
Yeah.
and they shoved in Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. I'm surprised they didn't do more with Ramadan. Maybe that varies too much.
Ramadan, yeah, it's like a whole month.
Well,
right?
Rob, they don't control the media, so
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
No, but it really was. It was just like almost like tokenism inclusion,
Right? No,
to be like partly so that no one would be left out,
right.
and
Everyone
partly
can celebrate. Yeah.
partly because it's just a way to make more money.
Oh, it's definitely a way to make more money. I mean, there's no here, like Hanukkah for most Jewish kids isn't like 8 Christmases in a row. It's
Right.
like
For
one
some it is
Christmas.
though, which is wild.
Yeah, no, for some. I mean, I had a pretty good Hanukkah. What I would do.
dreidel,
Yeah.
dreidel.
Like, it would suck,
I made
though.
you out of
Like,
clay.
mostly, it's for a lot of Jewish kids. It's one Christmas broken down into 8 days.
That's still rad.
Imagine an 8th of Christmas for 8 days. In a
It's
row.
just a slow release Adderall.
yeah.
I've had some good Christmases, so
I mean,
it
that's
would just be
fair.
like so. I would say on average as a child, I would probably get like, I don't know, 15 presents on Christmas.
I'd be more appreciative if I got a gift every day.
Yeah.
If I just had my Christmas broken up,
Yeah, so it's like 2 presents a day
Okay.
for 8 days, basically.
I wouldn't be
no.
like, oh, on to the next gift.
They weren't all equal size presents, like a couple big ones and then
Yeah.
like little one, But
There's always like the big present.
You get a build
Right.
up, yeah. For Hanukkah, at least you get a build up.
Yeah, no, what's weird though is like sometimes, you got to pick which present you want.
Oh, they don't like start you small and then move their way up.
It's however you want to do
It's
it.
like day one, you get.
they should have done it
Socks.
like the Maccabees in the temple, where every day got worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the first day you're fine, but by
Xbox
day
360,
8, by
yeah.
day 8 you're getting breadcrumbs.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
but let's talk about the holiday we're going to talk about is Purim.
Right.
Which
right.
is-
We'll get there.
We'll
But
get there, but yeah, I want to continue to
Let's
rag
continue
on Hanukkah.
to rag.
We should,
Yeah.
ripping on Hanukkah is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
You guys
so-
don't even have a chocolate calendar.
No, we have. I think every chocolate coin was.
Well, I'm not
like,
talking coins.
Gelt?
Advent calendars. You open up the little door and you get a little piece of chocolate every day.
Yeah, no, I mean, I sent you guys the Atlantic article, and one of the funniest lines from it was like, every piece of gelt, the chocolate coins you see during Hanukkah, was probably made in like 1983, and they just haven't had to make them since. That's why they're all terrible.
Gross.
Is it
Yeah.
the Louis C.K. Candy corn joke? Or is that no, it's Louis Black.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Where what? They haven't made candy corn in decades.
Yeah. They just recycle it.
Well,
Oh,
it
I'm
can't
sure.
go bad. It's
No.
like a Twinkie. Twinkies don't go bad. It's too it's barely organic.
Yeah, it's barely carbon based.
Yeah.
So the only
It's like
things,
a candle.
yeah, if a nuclear bomb goes off, you have like 3 things guaranteed, and it's cockroaches, Twinkies, and candy corn,
Yeah.
and probably Jewish chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah.
Coins. Yeah, so Hanukkah, one, like, you talk about the war on Christmas, and I think that's laughable because Christmas just kicks the shit out of Hanukkah. Like,
Oh yeah.
hands down. One, so just to start off with the premise, Christmas is the celebration of the birth of the savior of humanity. That's fucking awesome. Hanukkah is a light that stayed on longer than it was supposed to. Like, cool.
And at some point you might wonder, like, was it a miracle or were they just bad at math?
No, that's the biggest miracle of Hanukkah is that we fucked up the numbers on the oil. It's the first time in history.
Oh, really? The people that spent 40 years in a
Jews didn't
desert?
count right.
Yeah. No, turns out we had a lot more. They were trying, like, did they just start conserving right then? Is that the invention of us being stingy? It was like, oh, we could maybe stretch that oil a little longer.
No, don't go longer. Don't go
Yeah.
longer.
We don't have to burn it that hard, Heshi. We don't have to burn the candle that hard.
I-
Yeah,
I'm,
no-
I'm honestly concerned to talk in this podcast because I just don't want to come off as overtly anti-Semitic.
Just subtly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, based on your hair, weren't you the one that got the white power haircut on accident a couple months ago?
What do you mean? I'm not I didn't boo shit.
What?
I thought, didn't Dan show us a picture of his haircut? And I was like, dude, you look like a fucking Proud Boy.
No, I shaved my head. It
Yeah.
wasn't an
Oh, that's
accident.
what it was. Yes. So, yes,
Yeah.
you did look like a fucking Proud
You thought you thought it was an accident?
No.
Come on.
Yeah, it's not great. Because someone could do is clip you saying the wrong thing in this episode.
And then show a picture of that.
And play it over that picture. And literally everyone would be like, obviously he wants to murder Jews.
Right. They're
Yeah.
just going to Photoshop the Edward Norton tattoo on my chest
Just
and
the
just
big
go
black
not
swastika?
welcome.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at least you look jacked. He looked jacked with that tattoo.
He was tiny, and they surrounded him with smaller
Tinier
actors.
guys.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Hollywood. Everyone's
Yeah, it's fair.
5'5" in Hollywood.
Everyone's 5'5", 160.
Yeah.
5'5", 150.
Yeah, actors are teeny tiny.
I mean,
little.
Tom Cruise is a fucking action hero.
They
So
all are like that though. Like
Yeah.
all your favorite actors are fucking like
unless you're a
elves.
superhero,
Yeah.
because you got Hemsworth's tall, Chris Evans is like normal. He's like 6
What is
foot.
Robert
Yeah.
Downey Jr.?
He's short.
He's short.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's hardly a superhero though.
Well, he's
He's-
a rich man.
He's like a Batman type superhero.
He's a billionaire.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
Fuck your powers.
Your superpower is wealth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tight.
That's a true American
I love that.
superhero story.
Yeah.
Wealth and his
He's a genius too.
engineer
That's
brain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
He built that suit.
that's true. Like
He didn't just buy it.
It's really kind of like Elon Musk could be Iron Man if he really wanted to be.
probably
a superhero.
trying
Though.
right now.
He would
And
be a terrible Iron
he also
Man.
blows
Yeah.
up every rocket he sends up.
That's not true.
The last rocket that tried to land, it blew up.
Okay, but the other ones didn't.
Dude, they all the time, like literally, he blows up a rocket a year.
Rockets do. They blow up.
They're
It-
literally controlled explosions that
At
get things
least
to space.
1 or 2 a year he
You could
blows up.
say that about NASA half the time.
How many rockets explode?
How many Apollos didn't make it?
One.
One didn't make it to the moon. We got it back somehow.
Yeah, that was
But I
incredible.
mean, 2 space shuttles have exploded in my lifetime.
Well, it was a challenge.
Oh,
Wow.
I think we have a sound for that. See if this is the right one.
neat. We're like a radio show now.
Drive time tragedies. Yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Oh my god. All right. So yeah. Anyway, Hanukkah sucks. It really is just about like a temple getting ransacked, and then the light you're supposed to have a light that stays on the entire time. They were like, oh my god, if the light goes out.
Wasn't it? It's essentially like if I had to compare to Christianity, specifically Catholicism, it would be like almost, I feel like before they elevated it, like just like a random, almost like feast day for a saint.
It would be. It would 100% be that. Like I think the biggest high holiday for Judaism is Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
Which is not fun. It's a day of repentance and fasting. So it's the opposite of anything cool.
It's like Easter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Easter's better than that, but like, yeah, like the other Christian holidays. I mean, the other main one is Easter. It's really just Christmas and Easter.
Yeah.
And then everything else is second tier.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So like
I mean, it just sounds like a day on it. Just
fasting, and,
yeah.
and repentance.
Yeah,
Just like sweating out the shame they have from the weekend activities they did.
dead on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
Every Monday.
That's
every
a Monday
is-
for Aubrey Marcus.
Yeah, every Monday is Yom Kippur at On It
Yeah.
Gym. But no, so we're gonna talk about Purim, which is not a high holiday.
So the reason we're talking about this, by the way, is that I was at your house yesterday,
yeah,
and you were like, "Dude, Hanukkah sucks." You know what's a tight holiday for Judaism that gets no love is Purim.
yeah. Purim happens like usually between February and March. I believe it's the 13th day of God. I can't remember the Jewish month. It's like
Adar, something like
Adar,
that.
yeah.
They said
Adar.
it. So this year, it was March 9th to March 10th. Next year, just misses my birthday, February 25th to 26th. So this is basically actually on the same schedule as Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
and Ash Wednesday.
It is. So it's pretty awesome. Basically, I guess I could talk about like where the holiday comes from and then how people celebrate it.
Yeah,
Because the story,
the history is the best part of it.
the story is pretty awesome. So
I had some questions about this story too.
yeah. Oh, it's very one-sided. It's written by the victors. If you want to,
Well, later some people bring
Yeah.
that up.
yeah, it's an extremely nationalistic holiday, like a culturally nationalistic holiday. It's pretty funny though. It's celebrated awesome though. Also, just as a side note, we are not doing ourselves any favors by going off the lunar calendar as a people. Like people already think we're like hairy little werewolf monsters anyway, and our calendar is the moon. So
I would say gremlins.
yeah.
Perhaps the people who run the banks in Harry Potter.
Yes. Oh no, there's no similarities there. That wasn't the most heavy-handed part for me as a young boy. Like, why do I have big nose and big hook noses and claws and hoard all the money?
Apparently, like the drawings of goblins, right?
Yeah, they're goblins.
Apparently, goblins were drawn like that before Jews were compared to goblins.
Oh.
And some asshole was just like, Jew, goblin, Jews are goblins.
Jews are goblins, finally.
But apparently, the drawings, the portrayals of goblins predate Jews being accused of being
So wait,
goblins. Essentially,
what I'm learning from this is Lil Wayne is Jewish.
he is a goblin.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, is he? Yeah, he's.
It wouldn't
or
sh-
is he a ghoul?
No, he has a song called "I Am a Goblin."
Oh, but I
Yeah.
think he's a ghoul.
Lil Wayne, he's one of those like rappers that wouldn't surprise me. He's like, no, I'm Jewish. I'm like, what?
He'd be like Black Israelite.
Yeah,
type
right.
situation.
He has that red string around his wrist.
Kabbalah.
The
Kabbalah,
Kabbalah thing,
yeah.
which is a whole nother thing I won't get into because it's very confusing.
Judaism gets some weird like mystical stuff around.
Oh,
it.
there's tons in Jewish mysticism that I could talk
I mean,
about.
different you know,
Another
how serious
an
do you want to
episode
take
for
it?
another time.
Yeah.
How
definitely.
seriously do you want to take it? It's like different forms of Christianity. Almost.
No, it's a little. It's more like rattlesnake Christianity,
Yeah, it's I wouldn't call it that.
like the it's
Pentecostals.
yeah,
you mean?
it's-
not
it-
like that. No.
it is in like there's a lot of mysticism there, or a lot of like
Pentecostalism in like the Pentecostal.
just in
church?
terms of like invisible powers will inspire and save me in a really hardcore,
Man,
bizarre way.
did you hear that?
No, what was that?
Rob or Dan did a fun little paranormal sound
Dan,
on the soundboard.
Dan, DJ Dan.
DJ Diddles over here.
Yeah, DJ Diddle's fucking
just
crushing it.
submarining the quality content by making it gimmicky. I
No,
love it.
we're adding to it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's production.
Well,
It's,
on
subtraction by
inside
addition.
on Inside TFM, we used to do the ham sound all the time.
Ham horn.
Ham,
Yeah.
ham.
Ham.
yeah, well, we just got a soundboard, so
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
we do that.
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so Purim, I'm going to just go ahead and start from the beginning. So during the rule of the Persian Empire, way back when, do you
This
remember
was I read that. So this king was under or after right after Xerxes.
Oh, right after Xerxes and okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'll double
so
check that.
do you remember how to pronounce his name? Every time I read it, I'm like, I can't.
It
pronounce
was
this motherfucker's
yeah.
name.
That name was a nightmare.
I know the main antagonist's name. So, God, it's like
Ahasuerus or something.
Ahasuerus.
Oh no, this was Xerxes.
Was it Xerxes?
Yeah, he was the royal. Haman, the bad guy,
Was the viceroy?
was the royal vizier or viceroy to King Ahasuerus, and then in parentheses it says Xerxes the First or I don't know.
Is this before or after he slaughtered Leonidas?
I'm trying to figure out if that's the right Xerxes.
It might be a different Xerxes. It might be before that.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Oh no, it is that Xerxes.
sick
So this is Haman was the viceroy to
Xerxes.
weird sexual Xerxes in 300.
Yeah, the big nipple pierced.
Yeah.
like, crazy dude.
Yeah. So picture Xerxes. Just call him Xerxes because
yeah. Xerxes can be a lot hard. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a lot easier to remember.
This is Xerxes. This is the guy.
Yeah. So Xerxes is the king, and this to start the story, the way this story starts is so weird. Xerxes wants to like show off his naked wife to all his boys.
Which is why not?
As
Yeah.
one does, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's like, okay, so you need to wear nothing but the royal crown and stand in front of all my bros
Honestly,
naked.
you guys not showing me your naked wives seems like we're not that close.
Why don't you show us?
I don't have a wife,
No,
so
yeah.
it's unfortunate.
If you and Kylie get married, you can be the first.
yeah, I'll show her.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
lead
you
by
start
example.
with
Yeah.
Kylie. Yeah.
And we'll let Katie and
I will.
Courtney not
I'll show
know
you a naked picture of my wife, but it'll be when she's 8 months pregnant.
Okay.
yeah.
Some guys are into that. I'm not, but
Yeah.
some
Actually,
are.
it'll be in the OR or whatever, wherever,
Just her screaming at you.
while she's crowning. Yeah.
You'll see his first child as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
DJ
we'll-
Diddles, you're not into that?
I don't think we're ever gonna get there.
Okay.
Ouch.
Sorry, Rob.
Ouch.
He doubts
Wow.
your swimmers can dive
Yeah.
or swim straight. I don't know.
That's
anyway,
fair.
Xerxes is like, yo, bitch, get up on that pedestal and get naked in
Check
front
out
of
how
all my
hot
boys.
I am. Or
Yeah.
check out how hot you are. I
Yeah.
want everyone to see.
And she's like,
Like they didn't know. Like they're not mostly naked in that time period.
yeah. They're like, oh.
All the time.
So she must have been pretty covered up, too, for the most part.
Yeah.
But anyway, she had a skin condition. She's like, no, I
That
don't.
was really funny to me, by the way. Like, I mean, what would that even
She
entail?
like eczema.
Yeah, I don't know. She must have,
Yeah, something.
she must have had some sort of like,
But also, wouldn't he have known that and not wanted to show off her weird skin?
yeah, or like
Didn't
maybe
everyone back then have weird skin? It's not
Yeah.
like they had fucking like nighttime regiments.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
makeup was burlap. And you rubbed it on your face.
Yeah.
That was it. So she's like, no, I don't want to do that. And he's like, well, you're not my wife anymore, so fuck off. And Xerxes goes and starts looking for
He
an-
divorced her
Yeah.
because she wouldn't dance naked for his friends.
Yeah.
Did he announce it though? Like he didn't actually go through the paperwork. He just said like
There's no paperwork when you're the king.
When you're
right,
the
but
emperor.
so he just
of-
he Michael Scotted it and just said I declare bankruptcy.
You
Yes.
can when you are
I-
the highest ranking
You are the
person.
law.
Yeah.
Everything you say is law.
Yeah, actually, and that comes into play later too. Royal decrees. But so he's like, shit, like I need a new wife now. And he comes, he has
He
all
didn't
these,
think it
He
through.
has a beauty contest.
he basically
it's
has a-
the Bachelor.
yeah, he has a beauty
Or
contest.
the Bachelorette.
No, it's the
No, the
Bachelor.
Bachelor, yeah.
Yeah, and all these chicks are coming to like present themselves to him, and he spots this lady named Esther,
A secret Jew.
a secret Jew. Esther's the niece of a man named Mordecai,
A not so secret Jew.
Not so secret Jew.
Yeah, that kind of gives it away, right? I guess you just don't say who your uncle is.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not even that. I think like so Jews at this time were a cultural minority. They weren't like
But in the Persian Empire, the Persians were really, really good to everyone they ruled, which is why the empire lasted so long. Like there are Jewish in the Bible. There are like they celebrate Cyrus, who was Xerxes' father. I think Cyrus liberated Israel along with a bunch of other places, I believe, from Babylon.
right.
And the Jewish people loved Cyrus, and they loved they thought the Persians were good rulers because they really just let their subjects live.
That's a big thing for the Jews historically. If you don't just try to exterminate us.
Yeah, when they didn't force them to practice their religion.
Yeah.
They didn't do like the Babylonians. So the Assyrians would essentially slaughter everyone because they were psychos.
Yeah.
The Babylonians had the Jewish diaspora or whatever was under Babylonian rule.
Yeah.
Where they were a bunch of them were exiled to Babylon, and so Cyrus beat the Babylonians, conquered Babylon, and let the Jews go back home.
Yeah.
And he was like a generally benevolent, like live and let live type of ruler. Like just pay your taxes, and
Yeah.
I might levy some people for war when I need it.
Standard stuff, really.
You're
for
right, but like
governments.
really hands off, which
Yeah.
is all you could ask for in like 600 BC or whatever.
That's like the most benevolent you're gonna get.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that honestly might be better than some local rulers would have been.
oh, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like
No oversight, really. Just kind of like
that's
Yeah.
better than current day leaders in some countries. So I mean, like that's better
Fucking
than
literally.
North Korea.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really not that bad. Okay, you have some conscription if there's a big war and you pay your taxes. That's it. So I'm trying to remember here now. So bear with me for a second. So Mordecai just tells Esther, like, "Yo, niece, mum's the word.
Don't tell him you're Jewish.
Don't tell him you're Jewish. We're gonna let that skirt. Like, just marry the emperor.
Yeah.
It's a much better life for you. The worst thing you're gonna have to do is get naked on a table. Like, where
Just dance for his friends.
yeah,
Sometimes.
it's not that hard.
Just show him your goods.
Yeah. So
Which again sounds terrible, and maybe it is, but at that point in time, worse.
really could it be worse? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Esther becomes, the wife and queen of the Persian Empire, and so
What happened to the other wife?
I don't know. I think she just got to live,
Thrown in a gutter?
or maybe.
Like, did she get a severance?
she lived
Like,
peacefully.
Yeah, this guy was
Lived
pretty
out her
chill.
days.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Died of
probably-
old age.
The king is pretty chill. Xerxes gets a bad rap in 300, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, also, by the way, the not Spartans. Yeah, the Spartans.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're dog shit.
Yeah, Gerard Butler is actually the bad guy in that movie.
No, they're terrible people. They were one of the worst.
A bunch of white men didn't want to be a part of a multi-ethnic,
They abandoned their children.
gender neutral empire.
Yeah,
They just
basically.
put their children out in the woods.
Yeah.
And like hope they survive.
Well, their entire thing was just warmongering to the point where they didn't have an actual stable society. That it was completely reliant on slave work, and they're like, "Oh, we just like fighting." So
Yeah.
nothing ever got done. That was the collapse of the Spartan Empire.
Spartans
So-
are definitely overhyped in history.
They're stupid. They're not even good.
Yeah.
Like we could farm right now. Nah, fuck it. Let's go fight.
No, let's fight stuff. Let's take. They're basically like land pirates.
No, they're Vikings essentially before Vikings, right?
Yeah,
Bit more organized, but yeah.
sure. Yeah, they have like Viking school, I guess. Anyway, Esther and Xerxes are hitting it off. They're doing great. Meanwhile, the viceroy to Xerxes is, trying to get some more clout, trying to be cool in front of people. Everyone's bowing to him. His name is Haman. Haman is the viceroy, and Mordecai, Esther's niece, will not bow to him. And
Why is that? I couldn't find that.
So the reason why he does not bow to Haman is because in Jewish faith, you don't bow to anybody. You don't bow to figures.
But presumably he was bowing to kings.
You don't bow. Like,
Okay.
you might bow to Xerxes. I don't know. But
Yeah.
you don't bow to some viceroy.
You're not going to do it for some fucking viceroy.
No, it better be like the guy that's like the top dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're really not supposed to bow for idols, kings, any political figure, anyone of any status. It's reserved for, Yashem. So,
So
right.
no Jewish like samurai or ninjas.
Krav Maga.
Yeah.
So you get what is it? What is the Israeli secret police? The
Mossad.
Yeah, Mossad. is the closest thing you have to Jewish ninjas.
Okay,
They're
but they don't
Yeah, I
bow.
was gonna say Jewish ninjas were invented in like 1949.
Yeah, right after they made Israel.
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, so he's not bowing to him, and this pisses him
Well, do you
off.
recognize Israel as a country, or
Do I You're going to ask me about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict right now? That's where you want this to go?
I mean, it exists as a country.
It's
well, some sites don't recognize it as a real country.
do you recognize it as a country?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the issues.
Wow, there we go. That's the clip. That's the clip that
Yeah.
gets put across Dan's face.
Yeah. No, what's funny is like that could actually be seen as more liberal.
Now, actually,
Yeah.
it's a very left-wing position to be like, fuck Israel.
Yep, it's very conservative.
Honestly,
The conservatives are the ones that are like, Israel is real. And now, yeah.
well, it's like it's
Dude, there are college campuses where the Israeli flag, people are like, take it down. That's hate.
yeah, well, it's kind of hard to not see both sides of that. Like
Well, right. I'm
yeah.
not
like,
saying that like
Israeli colonial
Israel's clean.
Israeli colonial expansion into the outer banks of Israel.
The Gaza
like,
I
Strip.
can't call it colonialism if it's like 5 square miles.
but it's
I
like-
really can't.
yeah,
Like,
they just keep like banning Palestinians.
that's just eminent domain.
yeah, but it's like also taking advantage of people. Like,
That's fair.
the
but
Palestinians. And to be fair, you can't think someone that liked Jews made the Israel plan. It's like, where should we put the displaced
Yeah.
Jews?
Shove them all.
Right in the middle of the Middle East, where everyone hates them.
Well, that's where they're from.
Yeah, but
That's historically where they're from.
Well,
it's just
It's
'cause-
not like they put them in Antarctica.
No, it's just
would have been sick.
Jerusalem's overrated.
Yeah, no, I
I mean,
mean,
we were gonna get into that.
Just
On the other side of
why
the
does
pier-
that? Why do so
Purim.
many people care about Jerusalem?
the Holy Temple. It
Move
has a
it.
lot to do with the end of the world, man.
That's the best scene in
You can move
Kingdom
it.
of Heaven.
Hmm.
When Orlando Bloom's like, I swear to God, if you try to take the city, I will tear down every holy place. Yours, mine. And Saladin's like, yeah, it'd be better if you did.
Yeah,
It's like
good
he
point.
literally, that's his line. He's like, well, he says it like with a Middle Eastern. He's like, I wonder if it would not be better if you did, or something like that. But it's still,
yeah, no, I mean,
And I was like, maybe I would have been.
yeah, probably good call.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, no, the whole reason though that he doesn't bow is because that's reserved for God. And so Haman is like, this Mordecai motherfucker's not bowing to me. I'm the vice of fucking
Pissed.
Xerxes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck this. You know what? He's Jewish, right?
Yeah.
He's Jewish. Fuck Jews.
Fuck all Jews.
Every Jew in this city is going to die now.
It was in the Empire, I thought.
In the Persian Empire.
Thanks,
basically.
Which the
Mordecai.
Persian Empire at that time was the largest empire in the world.
Yeah, it was huge.
So this was not right. This was a bit before Alexander the Great.
Well, okay,
So this was Xerxes was the one who fought, like we said, Thermopylae against the Spartans.
right.
Not Marathon though. I have to look up who was Marathon.
Anyway, it would be the modern day equivalent of if Bernie Sanders didn't bow to Mike Pence or shake his hand, and Mike Pence was like, "Let's kill all the Jews in America."
Right.
Yeah. And
It wouldn't even be Bernie Sanders because he's famous.
right. It would
It'd be like a literal random
It'd
Jew.
be like if I did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you? Goldman?
Yeah.
All right.
Jews gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Haman casts lots or rolls dice basically to determine a day when all the Jews are going to be
All of them.
exterminated, and that action is called a Purim, where you're casting lots. And
Right.
That's where the term for the holiday comes.
How
Meanwhile,
does it become a fucking piece of salmon on a bagel?
that's lox.
Oh, it's the same thing. Right?
Lots is what I'm saying. Casting lots.
Dan was like, I'm afraid to talk because I don't want to say anything anti-Semitic. And the last few things he said were, fuck it, like Israel isn't real. And you like eating your lox, Jew boy?
It's like out of left field with like salmon jokes over here. It's like, hey man, what's up with that stank fish? Bagel nose bitch.
It just seems weird, man.
The
Oh,
first
it's so
two
good.
things you said, since I don't want to be offensive, are just terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, meanwhile, while Haman's doing this plot to kill all the Jews, Mordecai learns of a plot to assassinate Xerxes in the castle or whatever, in some sort of fortress. There's some-
palace.
yeah, palace. There's
No,
some.
yeah, let's be as offensive as possible. The mud hut.
That's
No, not for him.
Well,
Yeah.
not for him, but the mud palace.
No,
No.
I mean, he lived in a nice place. This
Yeah,
is-
Xerxes, man.
Yeah,
Xerxes,
alright,
baby.
fine, gold palace.
Yeah.
There you go. Probably was.
and it's probably like a fuck palace.
Yeah, dude. Like, he left a chick for not getting naked for his boys. It's definitely a fuck palace.
Yeah, it wasn't a mud hut. It was a fuck palace.
Yeah, so
There's just all kinds of holes getting unholed.
yeah,
filled up.
For sure. It's
Plugged.
There's. Got any more?
Nah, that's all.
Stuffed. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mordecai basically saves Xerxes' life and never gets recognized for it. Like, just,
Accidentally, kind of.
Yeah, just kind of like.
Well, true heroes really never get recognized.
You don't ask for it. What? And he never did.
And so, that's an important note later. So basically, I think the Viceroy Haman is like, hey, Xerxes, I need you to issue this royal decree where
For killing Jews.
Yada, yada. And Xerxes is all like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
Jews.
I gotta fuck my bitches if this is that important to you, Haman.
Yeah.
And like,
By the way, this is a good time to bring up. I don't know if you knew this or remembered this. I remembered this while reading it. I didn't know it beforehand or whatever. Or I didn't know the origin of this beforehand. Do you remember the South Park episode, Jubilee?
yes,
The Jewish camp
The
one?
Jewish
Yes.
camp, yeah.
macaroni art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
And
Moses
just
is the
the-
thing from Tron. I desire macaroni art. Like
Yeah.
type of thing.
Where are the macaroni pictures? Yeah,
The bad guy in
The
that
glitter.
it's Haman.
is Haman.
Yeah,
Haman is the demon that the living bad guy like summons to attack the Jewish Boy Scout camp.
right. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I didn't. I
you
put that.
probably made
I
no
put that
connection.
together this evening.
yeah. No, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. It's one of them is Jewish. I'm pretty sure. Is
What?
it Trey Stone or?
It's
I'm sorry,
Matt
Matt Stone.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Isn't Matt Stone Jewish?
Matt Stone Jewish? Yeah.
No, there's some really good little Jewish
Oh,
things
yeah.
in there.
That's a deep cut. I
it's-
feel like.
it's extremely deep because you didn't even know what Purim was. I thought
No,
yeah,
you told me what Purim was yesterday.
I mean, why else would you get this reference other than
no.
this holiday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Haman isn't mentioned at all, except for this story in the Book of Esther. So, Xerxes is like, yeah, if this is so important to you, Haman,
bit troubling. It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
yeah,
Yeah, kill these.
They
Kill
kind
these
of-
like 80,000 people.
They kind of yada yada this part.
Yeah.
They're like, why is he so just dope with this? Like, you're just gonna kind of go against all the things that made you a great empire because Haman's really just making it a problem for you.
Right. This is very. I mean, actually, they probably. It's still an ancient empire. They slaughtered people all the time.
Yeah.
But usually, I think with the Persians, it was rare to, if not totally it never happened, to do it like that.
Right.
Where it's just like we're gonna kill these people that aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you conquer a new place and they're unruly or somebody rebels,
Yeah.
then they would do it. Like it's still, 600, 700 BC, whatever.
Yeah. So I think, and this is where I'm going to get a little jumbled up here. Mordecai tells everybody about Haman's plan, and so the Jews start like quietly protesting this.
What I read was he told Esther found out, and Esther started Mordecai finds out first, and he wore like a burlap sack and covered himself in ash.
Yeah, out of mourning.
Yeah,
basically.
He was
It's-
like, "We're all gonna die." Like that was his plan. He's like, "Oh no, it's the end."
Yeah, it was like to draw attention to the fact they knew about it. He also asked Esther like, "Hey, now's the time to do something," and Esther's like, "I'm
He was
not
like,
sure."
God made you queen to stop this."
Yeah. Esther's like, "I'm not sure," and he's like, "No, Esther, go talk to your husband." Like he's literally the leader of the world. So. I'm going to get a little bit more mixed up here, but I'm pretty sure at some point Mordecai is at a dinner, at a feast, at Xerxes' table, and Haman is there too. Mm-hmm. And again, Mordecai doesn't bow to him. And like Haman's like,
Yeah, there is a second time where he doesn't bow.
And Haman gets even more pissed off. He's like, well, little do they know, I'm killing all them motherfuckers. So,
Right.
And like during the dinner, he's like, he tells his servants to start building a gallows for Mordecai for the next night. He's
Yeah.
like, we're going to kick this thing off with the fucking
Mordecai's
hanging.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be the first one. Then we're going to the rest of the Jews. And I believe at that dinner, after that dinner, Mordecai goes up to Xerxes. He's like, hey, so you remember when those guys were going to kill you?
I thought Esther told Xerxes.
Oh, maybe Esther did.
Esther told Xerxes that Mordecai saved Xerxes.
At some point, Xerxes becomes aware that Mordecai saved his life, and Xerxes is like, "Oh my God! Like, thank you so much."
Yeah, well, he knew his life had been saved,
He just didn't know by whom.
and he didn't realize that whoever saved him hadn't been rewarded.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh fuck! Well, we got to reward him then."
Yeah, and so it's funny because at that moment, Haman walks back in while Xerxes is talking to Mordecai, and Haman sorry, I'm getting my names mixed up. Xerxes looks to Haman and says, "We need to get this man like the king's horse." Like,
well, no, he asked. What I read was he asked Haman. He's like, "How should we honor the man who saved my life?" Without specifying who it was.
And Haman thought it was him.
Yeah,
Haman
was like, "You should put him on your horse, dressed in like glorious robes or something, rubies, whatever, you know."
Sure, and like Haman,
And
because Haman
parade him around.
because Haman thinks he's doing a coronation for himself.
Right.
So he's trying to get his comeuppance. He's like, "You're absolutely right, Haman. Get all that shit from Mordecai."
Yeah.
And Haman's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, Mordecai saved my life. Also,
The Jew?
yeah." And then Mordecai's like, "Also, oh, that's great, but can you not kill all the Jews?"
Yeah.
And Xerxes is like, "Oh, well, I made that a law, so I can't undo that."
Well, no. First, he found out.
Man, how are you correcting me on all? You're probably
He
right.
is juice-playing the shit out of
Yeah,
this.
you're just juice-planning.
I'm Christ-splaining.
Fuck.
Yeah. No. What happened is that
What happened was.
He's taking over now.
No, it's fine.
It's his episode.
I'm going from like memory. I just
well,
sent
me
you
too. I mean, I read this.
No, I'm going
read
from
it.
like Sunday school memory.
Oh, okay. What happened is that Mordecai got his, like, Haman was furious and like ran out or something like that, and Esther was like, "Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
he wanted to kill all the Jews, including the man who saved your life, Mordecai."
Right.
Because Mordecai offended him, Mordecai, the guy who saved your life. And Xerxes was like, "What the fuck?" and was furious.
Yeah.
And ordered Haman to be hanged in the gallows he built for Mordecai.
Right. But there's another piece to it.
Okay.
So, and you're probably going to correct me on this, though. He's like, "Well, we can't end that decree that Haman
no,
got
that's
made."
accurate,
Yeah. So,
But that was after they killed him, I think.
yeah. Well, Xerxes was like, "That's a royal decree now." But,
Yeah, toothpaste is out of the tube.
yeah, I can't put it back
So
in.
my
But
bad.
you can make another decree that I can issue where you can preemptively kill anyone you think is a threat.
Right.
And so, because of that, I believe the Jews ended up killing like 80,000 people.
Yeah,
over the course of a month.
read about, it was about 80, the Jew. So,
This kind of gets overlooked in this.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
big hand wave. Like,
so to avoid getting exterminated, this is a total Mossad move,
Yeah.
by the way. To avoid getting exterminated, the Jewish population of the Persian Empire went ahead and went out and killed 80,000 people that they thought were going to kill them,
Yeah.
potentially, maybe.
Castle Law, baby.
it was like, imagine if you went to like a dude you're beefing with's house and killed him, and you were allowed to because it's like, well, he said some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. No. It's
That-
not like they rolled up to your house. You went into the streets and murdered some people. Like, I don't know how they came up with 80,000 people. Though, like, there's just 80,000 folks we think are going to hurt us.
Yeah, no, it's more like going to a Walgreens and somebody side eyes you, and then you just stab them in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like that.
And it's like, that's a law. I can do that.
Right.
Yeah. I can just murder your face.
What's crazy, by the way, is I was going to be like, that's so many people. I mean, it is.
It's a ton.
But, like,
What's
I
it
was gonna be like,
more?
that's so many people. Like, not that many people were alive back then. But the population of the Persian Empire around this time, they say the height of the population of the Persian Empire was 500 BCE. Let me look at the Battle of Thermopylae real quick.
Sure. But you could argue that the Jewish community here, though, was very proactive with climate change.
So at this time, this happened in like 480 BC, around that, in the early 5, 50 million was the population of
Damn.
the Persian Empire.
I mean, that actually makes sense.
it was really big, but
Over the course of, like,
doesn't 50 million sound humongous for that time period?
No.
yeah, I mean, it does
Not
kind
really.
of, but I
Spread
don't know.
out.
That's a huge area too, though. Like, that's over how many miles, like, or kilometers, whatever you want to call it.
It's not even.
What is the
counting.
metric? What is the metric unit for people in the metric system?
That's about the same as the Roman Empire at its height.
yeah, that would make sense.
65. Well, one thing I'm seeing says 120 million, but 55 to 65 million is like the accepted range.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I mean, it's still kind of crazy though that they just were like, yeah, you got carte blanche, just go kill some motherfuckers.
Yeah,
And they
well,
did it.
well, I can't unkill you,
Yeah.
so I'll put out a new one that lets you kill them before they can kill you, and then
That's
good. We're good.
That's the most insane part of that to me. Is like I can't say no to this thing I said.
In an empire where laws are literally made up,
Yeah.
By him.
Yeah.
he
By
can't
whatever
be
he
like,
says.
well, I can't.
Because I think it's almost like
Can't
that's
put that rabbit back in the hat.
Yeah, it's like that's going against the word
I
of
could
God.
take out a new rabbit,
Yeah.
a better rabbit, but
I can pull a turtle out.
Yeah.
Instead of this rabbit. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, so that is the story of Purim.
and they celebrated.
There was a big
feast.
feast. There's a big feast.
For the slaughter of 80,000 people.
Mainly Haman. That
Well,
wanted
they're
to
excited. Yeah,
But so it's a feast it's a holiday that basically the interesting thing that I was reading about it too is that it doesn't mention God once. God is not mentioned in this holiday. But
in like the actual tradition of celebrating it,
well, yeah,
or
like,
God doesn't even
it's not-
intervene.
God doesn't play a part in it.
God's not like Esther, save these people,
Right,
Because I
there's-
know Mordecai is like, I think God put you here to help
Yeah.
us not get murdered.
But there's no like direct God link.
Yeah,
it's not
because
like Daniel and the lions
Isn't-
type
yeah.
of
Isn't
situation.
Xerxes a god, though?
Not
In his
the
mind?
god?
He's
in,
not-
in his mind, he is.
He's not
God.
Yahweh.
Different religion,
Yeah. So
bro.
the whole
For him, he still thinks he's God.
Of course. That's why he can't undo his own laws because then he'd be going against the word
The
of
word
God.
of God himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's about how God lives in all of us and there's bravery in it where it's
Yeah.
like you don't bow to this guy, like you stand up for what you believe in. But more importantly, it's a holiday modernly.
Yeah. So
And
what
traditionally-
is the modern celebration of this?
You're supposed to get as fucked up as possible. That is
Okay.
like one of the main tenets of the holiday. So Purim is celebrated, like Rob said, around the time of Mardi Gras. And it is kind of like now a mix of Halloween and Mardi Gras.
In a lot of ways, it is your Mardi Gras too, because it basically happens like 40 days before Passover.
Right. Yeah. Which is
Just
our
like Mardi
Easter.
Gras is literally 40 or 41 days,
So it's
because there's
just-
40 days of Lent, and Mardi Gras is not Lent. So
I was
Mardi
going to say,
Gras
it's just fucking Lent.
41 days before.
Yeah,
before
but
Lent.
and it's like our big fucking feast day. So what happens is everyone dresses up in costume. There's a couple mitzvot or like commandments you're supposed to do on the holiday. One is you're supposed to read the entire story of Esther, and you're supposed to hear it. A lot of times now, I think women actually read it too, which is normally common.
Yeah, feminism.
Yeah, so that's always big.
I helped kill 80,000 people. Women are strong.
Yeah, fierce. Yeah. No, then children get noisemakers, and anytime the name Haman is read during the reading, kids try to drown out the name of Haman.
Yep.
And
He who
then
must not be named, essentially.
he's basically Voldemort. Yeah.
But not good at it.
He's also the descendant. There's something weird about. He's like the descendant of Almec, which is also like a
Sure.
primordial enemy of Jews
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Well, how convenient.
Yeah. Right.
It's
so
like Islam came from Ishmael.
yeah. Exactly.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then mainly what I was getting to is the reason that people get fucked up. So people get fucked up like in the streets, and it's not like there's like actual rabbinical arguments about this, like how fucked up you're supposed to get. And some people are like, well, you're
They
supposed
need
to,
a certain BAC.
yeah, like it's argued on because rabbis are like, do we really need to get like as drunk as possible to celebrate this holiday? And the short and long answer is, yeah, you have to. Like, it's your duty to get really fucked up. And the reason for this is you're not supposed to be able to distinguish the phrasing of like, oh, cursed is Haman or blessed is Mordecai in Hebrew. You're not supposed to be able to
You're supposed to be so drunk you can't
like,
understand words.
yeah, you can't understand words and you don't recognize the guy's face when you see it.
Haman's face.
Haman's face. Yeah, you're supposed to not even know. So yeah, people dress up in it's basically Halloween, Mardi Gras. People get dressed up in costumes and just blackout drunk. They get blackout drunk. The people that are in the fringe of the rabbinical side of it, where they're like, no, it's not supposed. You're not supposed to get that fucked up. They're in the fringe. Like the majority of people, it is accepted that
Yeah.
you are supposed to be blackout drunk.
So, does this include? And this is always curious to me because I grew up in a part of St. Louis in University City. That was like, that was where the Orthodox Jews lived in St. Louis, and I grew up within walking distance of 2 Orthodox temples and then like 4 other temples.
yeah,
Like within walking distance of all that, a huge Jewish community where I lived in University City. but I never. I guess I don't remember. Maybe it just happened at like house parties. Do the Orthodox Jews like the really staid, prude looking ones that you see in like Brooklyn or I'm the one that sees it in New City. Yeah. Do they do it too? Like, do they get shit house for
right before their rap concert?
For Modest Yahoo.
Yeah, right before, right. King Without a Crown, right? That was his big
He
one.
shaved his beard though, so he doesn't.
He's not Orthodox anymore.
But he's a handsome man.
He is.
He's a very handsome.
But
man.
no, do they do that too, or is it more like the casual?
I'm pretty sure they do that. They probably do it in a less fun way.
Yeah,
they probably get fucked up and then go right to bed.
Well, or they get fucked up and they do like Russian dancing in their house type of.
Yeah, probably.
know?
Kicking their feet up, that kind of thing. Yeah, probably. I'm sure they do.
But it's not quite in the streets with them.
No, it's
as
not.
opposed to like Tel Aviv, where
you're not going to see them in costume and shit.
Okay,
But-
well that's what I was curious about because it's
There is costume though. I mean, they might have costume.
They're going to be tossing around some Western grip hand jobs during this night. Yeah, because they're getting so fucked up. They're just going to kind of, some Western grip hand
you
jobs.
think Orthodox Jews are jacking each other off on Purim? Is Purim? Is that how you say it?
Purim.
Yeah, they're celebrating.
All right, sure.
And it's funny. It's
Just
the name of
jacking
the
off.
holiday. Purim. It's like pour 'em up, pour 'em out,
Purim.
pour them shots. Yeah, I don't know where Dan was going with the Western grip hand job thing.
That's just how I imagine. Like
Just had to toss it in there.
Orthodox Jews.
Are you craving a Western grip hand job? Is that?
I've never actually. I don't know if I've received one.
I feel like you get that at a bar, like from someone that's in front of you.
As you order.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys have done that to me.
Yeah. They just reach in your pants and give you old Westy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely on a part of 4th Street for sure. Yeah.
Oh, out in this town, you mean?
Fuck that 6th Street, baby.
Yeah.
You can get it from anyone you want.
Anyway, yeah. So the argument, I guess, for a lot of the more anti-drinking people is like, no, you're supposed to have a couple extra glasses of wine so you get sleepy.
Right.
And then when you're sleepy and you're tired and you put your little head down, that's when you don't recognize anything. And that's how you should celebrate it. But that's lame.
Yes,
People are like,
super
that's
lame.
stupid.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Get fucked up.
Get
So, yeah.
fucked up, jerk each other off, and have yourself a grand old day.
My argument is, fuck Hanukkah. That has no good story. It's about getting your asses kicked and a light staying on.
Right.
Versus Purim, where it's like, yo, marry the emperor and go kill your enemies, and also drink a fuck ton, and you're
Because we almost died.
we almost died.
Also, and also the other thing too is that in Hanukkah, with Maccabees and everything, like the Jewish people were not under threat of being wiped out,
No,
just being normal conquered.
right.
Can we get an Adam Sandler movie for this?
For
Purim?
Purim, there
Yeah.
should be
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd watch that Adam Sandler movie.
8 Crazy Hours about him blacking out during Purim, and he gets time travels back to the Book of Esther times.
Is it 80,000 crazy murders?
80,000 Crazy Murders.
Yeah.
I think the blacking out drunk and going back in time is probably a good one.
Oh no, I'm at the first Purim.
Yeah. Oh man, this one was crazy.
Yeah.
'cause- yeah. I don't know. I'm surprised.
Is there anything in particular, in terms of celebration, that stands out to you on this holiday?
Well, the drinking, obviously, like it is very much encouraged.
Didn't you say something like kids weren't just allowed? It's not just making noise when they hear the name, but aren't they allowed to just go batshit crazy?
Oh yeah, kids do go nuts.
Like you're just like the kids get to be like little assholes for the night.
yeah, they get to cause. It's basically like causing chaos.
It's
dude.
almost like
They're the
It's
fucking-
almost
It's like
like
Saturnalia.
it's
like,
almost like Jewish people are like fuck man, like they're like, or actually what it is like Jewish people are like making a case that they should have been slaughtered.
yeah. No, well, that's your clip for.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
your clip for you.
Yeah.
No,
well, specifically with the little kids get to be the biggest assholes possible.
Oh yeah, it's like, what do you think that's going to turn into later? Just
Right.
an asshole older Jew.
Because they get to run around and be. Did you say like to play pranks or like poke people or something weird like that?
I think you might be getting mixed up the Saturnalia.
No, I
Mischief
thought there was
games.
something in there too where they were just maybe they're just like allowed to run to rooms and be like, ah! And then like
Yeah, it's about making noise.
yeah,
I mean,
like they just get to be like psychos.
yeah, especially
Like you give them soda and pizza and they're just like that, and that's like child cocaine.
Yeah, right. No, they do allow them to just basically run rampant, and
Yeah.
go crazy. It's about, I think it's about release too. Like it's
Right.
just like, oh god, like it's ecstasy from not having to worry about being massacred. So it's like,
Right.
hey, blow off some steam. It's basically a blow off some steam day.
Yeah.
like just chill, like but not chill. Go hard.
That's
Go
got to be
ham.
a good feeling, not getting
Almost.
massacred.
Why are so
Yeah.
the two of the three biggest Jewish holidays are, whew, we didn't get murdered.
That's like most of Jewish scripture.
That's the
Because
entire
Passover
history,
is the
yeah.
other one. It's like,
Yeah.
woo,
Well, got out of Egypt. Okay.
didn't get murdered.
No, I mean I'm surprised we don't have one about like not being in the Holocaust anymore. Like we didn't just like make a new holiday for that. Like, woo!
Yeah.
Not in camps.
Woo, Patton showed up.
Yeah.
Hey, the Russians showed up. Hooray. Kind of.
Uh,
Well, the Russians showed up first, yeah.
yeah.
They both liberated camps. It just depends on where they were.
Auschwitz was Russia first.
Auschwitz was, but Dachau was the U.S.
Yep.
Dachau actually, being someone that's actually visited Dachau, it's fucking bananas how close Dachau is to Munich.
Do they have a
Oh,
do they have a gift shop?
Do they have? God, I don't remember.
Of course they do. They might not call it a gift shop, but yes,
Yeah, there's
I
somewhere-
guarantee there's
You have to
somewhere you
exit
can
through it,
buy
yeah.
memorabilia.
Why would you do that?
I mean, I'm sure it goes to like some sort of good cause. It's
You're
not
just gonna buy
like,
like a Dachau hand towel?
no, it's not. It's not like a country club where you get like
You get a polo?
you get a Dachau polo. No, it's not like that. It's like I'm sure there's some sort of
Like photos and I mean, like
a book.
Fort Sumter has a gift shop. I'm trying to think of other places where.
I don't know what happened at Fort Sumter.
Are you fucking kidding?
Like off the top of my head, no.
That's where the Civil War started.
Okay.
Welcome to our history podcast.
We fact check nothing.
Woo! I have a friend.
Yeah, why is
who-
that a big
I have
deal?
I have a
though?
buddy, by the way, who talks politics with me all the time. And I brought up the Boston Massacre because we were talking about police shootings. And he was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, you talk about how much you love America
Yeah.
constantly.
Well, you should know
and
that.
you should.
Yeah.
The Boston Massacre is like tier A of
So is Fort Sumter, Jake.
I don't know the
It
exact.
started the. Did you not know it either?
I didn't know what happened.
God damn! It's where the Civil War is not.
Well, I learned about the Civil War in Florida.
Yeah, I just
So I had the alternative.
Well, you were in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but-
What's your fucking excuse?
I learned that South Carolina succeeded and
Seceded. They did not succeed.
They
no,
succeeded
they
at nothing.
succeeded.
in being the first state to secede.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what's funny is to get super off topic here in terms of
That's
Purim.
fine.
Sure, go ahead and keep on stomping over anything we say. Go ahead, Rob.
What?
That's
Fine.
Ouch. South Carolina, when Lincoln got elected, actually celebrated his election
Oh, really?
because they were like, "Good,
We're
we
fucking
can
out."
finally get out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That was the straw.
they were happy. They wanted him to win. They didn't want the Democrat to win. They wanted to secede,
Yeah.
and so they're like, "Now we got our reason."
It's people that are pro-gun when like Biden wins or any Democrat.
I don't even think pro guns are right when they're. It's like pro.
No, people that
Trump.
sell guns.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
People are. I mean, anybody.
when a
That,
Democrat wins. Yeah, yeah,
gun
yeah.
sales go through the fucking roof. 'Cause
Yeah.
the NRA picks up the rhetoric that your guns are going to get taken
exactly.
away. You know what's funny? Guns have never been taken away.
Never will.
There's more owned now than ever.
Yeah.
Even by percentage,
Yeah.
not just by numbers.
There's-
Obviously, by numbers is more.
But what's crazy too, like what's the number of the number of guns per person in America is like there's more guns than there's
Yeah,
obviously
everyone
more guns
bought a
than people.
fucking gun during the in March.
I want to
and
know
April.
what that means though, because if that can't just be private ownership. I bet you that stat because people fuck with stats all the time.
You think
I-
it includes the military?
Yes,
That
I
would
do.
make sense. Got it. That's private ownership though. That's wild.
Yeah, it strikes me as the type of thing where they'll count any fucking gun. The same way like with mass shootings,
Oh, where it's like if it's more than like 3 people or something like
and
that.
they'll count anything.
Yeah.
But they make you all like they always try to say act like it's like every single one is like a weird white male virgin
Like school shooting kind of
walking into a school.
Like a lot of them are like drive-bys and stuff
A
like that.
shit ton of
Yeah.
them are like gang shootings and
Yeah.
stuff.
Never
Right.
forget Chicago.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like fuck Chicago, blah blah blah. But the way they count stats is
Yeah.
that's
You
what
were sounding like that.
I
You were
mean,
like,
it
oh.
is a travesty that
what
so
about
much gang
Chicago?
violence happens in South Chicago, but
the point is that
Yeah.
they don't present those stats in a way that gets that across.
it's not happening in a school every
Yeah.
single time. Yeah.
Or even a post office.
No. Surprisingly.
going
Yeah.
postal.
But anyway,
So yeah, I was thinking about this on the way here. What is the equivalent to a get fucked up holiday in Christianity?
Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah, Mardi Gras. Right. Well, that's Catholicism.
Yes,
That's-
actually that is really just
I
Catholicism.
mean,
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all. That's why. By the way, I will say this over and over again, especially to my wife who isn't Catholic who I keep trying to convince to convert. Catholicism is the only cool Christian sect.
Every other
Yeah.
Christian sect is garbage
Yeah.
and radical. And
We are the only ones with the drinking holidays. There is no Baptist shit-faced holiday.
We also stopped believing in God for like 50 years of our life and then go back in our 70s.
yeah,
So
it's great. No, yeah. So Mardi Gras, though, if you want to talk about the release holiday,
Right.
Mardi Gras is you're supposed to get all your wild shit out,
Fat Tuesday.
Right.
and
yeah.
then Lent happens.
Yeah, so
However,
you're doing it all before the big
Like
wait.
10 days into Lent is St. Patrick's Day.
Whose cruel trick was that?
It's the devil.
Yeah,
Temptation, baby.
because St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day is in late March usually, right?
He chased
it's
out the
late
snakes,
March.
man. He chased out the snakes.
So I don't know if this happened on the podcast or not, where I thought like the snakes was a reference to some group of people.
No, just real snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember if it was on the podcast either, but Jake was like,
Wait, there weren't like
Jake was
actual
like,
snakes.
what were the snakes in reference to again?
They're
Like,
just
St.
snakes in the
Patrick
grass,
got rid
man.
of like Vikings or something, and I was like, no, it was just snakes. They think he got rid of snakes.
Are
So
you sure
fucking
just
weird.
it wasn't people that,
Yeah,
you know,
it's like, no, literal
stabbing
snake.
people in the back?
Yeah,
like
Even
no,
Jews,
just
was it
real
Jews he got
snakes.
out of Ireland? Like, no, they meant snakes.
Like, were snakes a big problem then? Like,
I don't
killed
know.
Ragnar.
They're the devil, you know. The
Yeah.
snakes are the devil. You eat an
it's
apple.
so funny. It's just like,
Yeah.
sure, he's a
Like,
saint
what
now.
was that? What was that like symbolism for? It was nothing.
Yeah, it was a direct symbolism of snakes.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Like, it's just funny as fuck though. It's like, we got a big drinking holiday. What's it about? This old dude got snakes out.
Well, he gave Catholicism a whole island. He converted everyone there, basically.
Yeah, see, I felt like the snakes were the people that didn't convert.
Right.
No, they were snakes.
And then
Those godless snakes.
a thousand years later, that those same people almost starved to death on an island where they could fish.
It's questionable.
Yeah, because
That
the
is-
potatoes were having a
Yeah.
bad year.
Just a bad year for farming.
Go to the fucking fish store.
Go to the coast.
Yeah, that is your coast. That is a lot, actually. That's a bit
insane.
much.
Like, how did they? What happened?
Just really bad with a rod.
This is why you have to diversify.
Yeah,
Or they were just so committed to having side dishes.
they would love potatoes, man.
They're
They're
like,
like,
we
did
can't.
love
I'm not eating
potato.
fish without
Did you know-
a fucking potato.
For the first time, I think I might have said this on the podcast. I can't remember, though. Ireland just surpassed its like 1840s population.
that's insane.
We
I
never,
saw that.
We
I
never
saw that
recovered.
stuff.
Yeah, and I want to say maybe finally just well, no, they haven't just surpassed people with like. There's more Irish heritage people in America than there are in Ireland by quite a bit.
It's insane.
Yeah,
We
they
are
all-
the
they
number.
all-
It's like Jewish people.
They all cheer
the
for
Irish
Notre Dame.
diaspora is really bad.
Yeah.
Like how like it's insane that there is a cultural Ireland in Ireland.
Isn't America doesn't America have more Jewish people than anywhere else? There's Israel 1 and America's 2.
It's something like that. Yeah. It's. I mean, for a long time it was America easily, but I think Israel's.
And then like ironically Russia's still 3.
It's crazy to
Because
me.
they really hated the Jews almost as much as Germany.
never did
Yeah,
Birthright, right?
Late
Jake?
1800. What's that?
You never went to Birthright?
No, I didn't.
Wow, wasted opportunity.
Was it?
Yeah, dude, you could have went to
I think
Israel on their dime, and lived it up.
I just like.
Was it, like,
as
2
much
weeks,
as,
3 weeks?
Cultural appreciation is good. I'm not trying to go anywhere where they have the Iron Dome.
Don't they
Missile
just
defense
bone each
system.
other the whole time?
Do you
A
like?
little afraid to get on a bus.
I'm just not stoked about going to a place that's very heavily targeted for explosions.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
targeted for you to meet your wife there,
Well,
right?
I already
That's
met
got to
my
be
wife.
like the only first world country where it's like something could explode at any time.
Yeah. No, it's funny as shit. I was watching videos of the missile defense system. Like, they all kind of stop what they're doing and like kind of go inside, but then some people just stay out there and film it.
So it's like a tornado warning.
Yeah, basically, and like you'll see the Hamas missile coming
Yeah.
in, and then just another missile goes and gets it, and they all crack up. They're like, they suck.
That's
They
funny.
just go back to work. It's like they're never gonna get us.
So it is literally like a tornado warning in the Midwest.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
so
like
you
the
could
siren-
shoot the fucking tornado.
the siren-
you could explode the tornado.
but the
with another
sirens
missile.
go off and no one takes it
Yeah, it's
seriously.
like whatever.
But the thing is, though, if you're not from there, so like if I was in Israel, the same way like my wife, when she's in St. Louis and the tornado warning goes up, she's like, should we be getting in the basement? Like, I'd be in Israel, like, is there a bomb shelter? And they'd be like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
They're bad at missiles.
Yeah, the same way I'd be like, man, no, there's not a tornado's not going to hit it.
No, we're actually going to storm chase.
Yeah, we're going to go look for it.
We're going to go film this getting counter-missiled out. Yeah, that just cracks me up that they're at that level of like people hating them, that they're just like, yeah, we build like anti-missiles everywhere. Yeah, that's all we got. But yeah, that's the story of Purim.
Wait, no, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. The pastries.
Oh yeah. God, I specifically memorized this earlier today, what they're called. But now I can't remember.
I'll look it up.
They're the English.
Don't worry,
Haman,
Rob will Christ-splain.
Yeah, they're called Haman's ears or Haman's hats. It's a 3-cornered pastry.
Is it a bear claw?
It's kind of like almost like a baklava, in a way.
Don't know what the fuck that is.
You don't know what baklava is?
No.
Fucking.
They're called like Hamantash. Hamantash.
Yeah. So
Hamantashen and Hamantash. I see both.
Yeah. So they're these 3-corner. They're supposed to represent Haman's hat. They're just like little fruit-filled pastries.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you eat them. It's kind of like you're eating his head.
It's such a violent fucking holiday.
Yeah, it's about drinking and murder.
It'd be like if Mardi Gras was like, today is the day that Jesus slit Pontius Pilate's throat.
And then everyone celebrated.
Yeah.
And this is a jelly-filled donut that you're supposed to cut down the middle.
Wow, why would he
the jelly
slit?
spill out?
He can't slit Pontius Pilate's throat. He washed his hands clean, Rob.
I'm just saying, if Jesus was a bit more of a vengeful person, or what if we had?
Well,
or,
that's Passion of the
actually,
Christ
a great
too.
one would be if we had a holiday just for when he like flipped over the tables in the temple.
Yeah.
Like that was the day that we just like raged our fucking dicks off. We
Yeah.
just like walk into rooms, kick tables
No,
over.
they do have that in
You almost
Buffalo.
kicked your
They
beer
destroy
over.
tables every day.
Yeah. That's all about Jesus in the temple. Actually, it's
Yeah,
the Bills fans.
Bills fans are
smashing
destroying
tables.
tables because of that. That would be the best.
Should we start a Catholic holiday where we just smash tables?
It's like, yeah, we keep. It also keeps small party businesses in business because you rent tables and destroy them.
Well, that's
Looking
weird.
positive.
Jesus was anti-small business. It's crazy.
He was anti-capitalism.
Yep.
Fucking commie.
Fucking God.
Yeah, he was actually very much a communist.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah,
Long-haired,
Hippie communist.
washing the poor people's feet.
Not white.
No,
Simply not white.
Not even white. Looked like Che Guevara, really, if anything.
Yeah.
Do I think Che Guevara was Jesus?
Well, Mike Tyson then has Jesus tattooed on his ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson has Che Guevara on his ribs.
He also has Mao
He
on
said
his
Jesus,
arm.
so yes, Che Guevara.
Yeah,
He has Mao and Che on his ribs though.
I didn't know this, but until he fought the other night or whatever, a few weeks back, like Mike Tyson's a giant communist,
Really?
Big commie.
according to his tattoos.
Well, he owns a tiger, too. So he's really into that part of the world.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever seen the picture of him where he just clearly had his face on a pile of cocaine at a party?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have not, but
It's amazing. His face is it looks like he had been eating powdered donuts all night.
yeah.
It just like his eyes are bloodshot. Someone takes a picture of him and his nose is just
That's
caked in
fantastic.
cocaine.
By the way, so about this holiday, one thing that just jumped into my mind that I wanted to ask. How we're pretty sure Haman was a real person, right?
Yeah,
Like probably.
probably. Xerxes was.
Yes.
So I'm assuming his viceroy was.
So you guys just go wild
We killed a very insignificant person in
for
history.
the execution of a human being once a year.
Woo! So do you guys. Your entire religion
No,
is
we
that.
go wild for him rising from the dead. We're only happy he died because he was able to rise from it.
I don't know. The Stations of the Cross in elementary school was fun. I got to be a Roman soldier.
Fucking fun.
I got to beat the shit out of my friend with a whip.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Dan might
Hold
be
on a
less,
second.
He
Here,
might be less anti-Semitic for this.
R.I.P. Mike
What
Savage.
the fuck Stations of the Cross were you putting on?
In the church.
Yeah.
I was a Roman soldier. My friend Mike was Jesus.
This
and
isn't a thing.
No, we went station by station, and it was in front
At church, during church.
during church. Yeah, it was a special. It's like a special edition.
I understand. I've
Good Friday.
been to many Stations of the Cross. I've also been a server, been an altar boy for Stations of the Cross.
Right.
I fucking know.
We do a live action Station of the Cross.
I have never heard of that.
And I was a Roman
And I
soldier.
am as fucking Catholic as you
What's
can
crazy
get.
is like I think I've heard of this.
Yeah, and I literally just kicked the shit out of my friend with a whip.
Never heard of that.
That's awesome.
Never fucking heard of that.
So you guys have like a very drawn out snuff film at church?
At church, yeah.
Wow.
You just have like cat of nine tails wailing on your fucking friend.
We went all out with the production too.
I have never heard of that.
Mary Magdalene.
So essentially,
comes
you
up.
had a Christmas play,
Yeah.
but for the Stations of the Cross.
Yeah.
So what is the Stations of the Cross to you, Rob?
It's a very boring form of not even mass. They don't do communion for it.
No.
Where you just go, and every church has it. If you go into any Catholic church,
There's like 12
they
things,
ha-
right?
they have, I forget how many stations.
think it's
but yeah,
14.
Yeah, they have all the stations there for that one day a year that they do the Station of the Cross, and they go from one to one, and it's like the different stations.
Yeah,
it's
what,
not in
you
order.
light
It's like,
up your station, like they put a spotlight on each station as you go through it. Yeah, we live that out. Shouts to Our Lady of Fatima.
damn, that's hardcore. It would be
Fatima?
like it's like the trial.
Fatima, yeah.
It's like the trial of Jesus, him being whipped, him being nailed to the cross, all kinds of shit.
So it's kind of like it reminds me of like going to Epcot, and like seeing just like a story, like you know, or like a museum.
No, you
Like
just
you-
go in
it's
the
like
you
you
go
walk-
in the
do you
Epcot
walk?
ball.
Do you walk around when you do the Stations of the Cross?
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
we stop.
So what
for
happens at each
station.
one? Yeah. So when you're serving, what happens is, like when you're an altar boy, it's two altar boys.
Yeah, you're gonna explain what I did.
and the Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were all right. Whatever. Go talk about
Yeah,
it.
you go station by station, and it's like he said, it's a play for us.
Yes.
I guess you guys didn't do the play.
Okay, well that's interesting. That sounds like it would be kind of chaotic inside the church. Like, is everyone going to the same one at the same time?
Yeah,
Everyone's sitting
We
down.
only did one performance.
Oh, it's so to me, I thought you meant like people are walking around the perimeter
No.
of the church. Like,
no, sitting down, and we're
It's
walking around.
inside.
oh, okay.
We're
okay.
going around the pews, doing the Stations of the Cross.
Oh, okay.
That differs church by church.
I guess.
so-
I guess yeah, you didn't actually live it out.
So what like they were like paintings of each station in the church, and then like we would be inside the pews, not outside the pews, going from station to station, and the priest would read like, well, I just looked at the stations, it's like Jesus is condemned to death, and then he'll read like a fucking the part for that.
Right.
And then
Mary Magdalene comes out of the crowd and wipes his face.
exactly. It's 14. You're right. Including he's taken down from the cross and holy sepulchre placed in the fucking.
Isn't
tomb.
one where I think I offered him like a vinegar sponge on a
Stick.
stick.
Yeah. So
So the only way to wipe yourself off was with vinegar.
we talked about this. We have talked about this privately before, not like because we were like ashamed of it, but I told you what the vinegar sponge is, right?
No.
Have I ever told you that?
No, what is the? I just learned about the vinegar sponge 2 seconds ago. What is the vinegar sponge?
Okay, so, oh my God, this is his whole own episode. So,
Hold it then. Keep it holstered.
I'll say it, and then we can do a bit. I mean, it's I don't know. It's so essentially, yes. At one point, 2 Roman soldiers held up a vinegar sponge to Jesus's mouth, right? And the story in the Bible is it was like a act of fucking charity,
Compassion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, no. That's actually what Romans and people of the time used to wipe their asses with after they took a shit.
Yeah, no, I never thought it was like a sign of
So they were basically like putting used toilet paper in his face.
Yes, they put used toilet paper. They put dirty shit toilet paper on a stick and shoved it in Jesus' face. And
See,
like,
I always thought they actually taught us
you the
that
king of the Jews? You the king of the Jews?
in school.
He's dying. Look at him.
Rob, in school they taught us that was kind of like an act of insult because he did, instead of water,
It was vinegar.
it was vinegar.
Okay.
You couldn't drink it. I didn't know about the toilet paper shit though.
Yeah, they used that thing to wipe their asses.
Okay.
That actually seems like it would work really well, though.
So, well, the reason they liked it, the reason they did it is because the vinegar killed the germs or whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
So
Cuts the
it was a
smell
way to
out,
like
too.
clean. What?
Sure, it helps with the smell.
Probably, yeah. But it was a way to like,
And
it
at-
was like disinfectant.
As he's probably passing out from hanging up on a fucking cross for hours, slowly dying,
Right.
probably wakes him right back up. It's like smelling salts.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's what you wake up to is just shit sponge.
It's like as he's about to be knocked out and just go into unconsciousness before he dies,
Ugh.
immediate cocaine boost of
Yeah, like,
vinegar.
poop. poop sponge in your face.
What's crazy to me is like, did you guys use just like a home like square sponge? Did you use like, because they wouldn't have been that.
No, it was like a circular sponge.
It was like a natural sponge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird that those are animals.
They're not.
They are.
Nah,
Sponges are animals,
not to me.
but they are. They're animals.
You know what my favorite Station of the Cross is? He falls the second time.
Why do they have to like say the second?
It really gets into the weeds.
Well, he falls 3 times, right?
Yeah, yeah. But the
Let's
second
see.
time, it's like and like that one's just like he falls again, and then they just say something, and that's it. That was, I gotta say, man, as a fucking kid, as a Catholic, like Stations of the Cross were unfucking bearable. I felt like I was the one being crucified during Stations of the Cross.
That's the point. It's to make you relate.
It fucking might be, man. It was so awful. It was because you remember too, because you didn't just serve it. I assume you had to attend them too. That's the one where you kneel constantly.
Yeah, and it's also an extra mass. I have to go to mass on Friday? Fuck that.
It is, yeah. And you are on your knees like most of the time. It is murder.
Yeah, I've been to a few Catholic masses myself, and the up downs you're doing, it's
Unbearable.
yeah. It's
I was
okay.
jacked as a little kid, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fucking jacked.
Well,
Yeah.
story of Purim,
There it is.
And a
lot
little
of-
bit of Station of the
a
Cross.
little bit of Christianity in there.
And then
Yeah.
we
It's
expose
awesome.
ourselves, me and Jake, for
Yeah.
our lack of Civil War knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't think we're just not war guys.
I think
we're peaceful
Rob
guys.
is the Civil War aficionado.
He's the
in this
World
room.
War II
Every
and Civil War guy.
Goddamn person in the United States should know what Fort Sumter is.
I mean, I know of its location.
I've
I didn't
heard
know
of
the
it.
significance of it.
That's
I didn't know the significance of
insane.
it. I didn't know it started there. I'm sorry.
I wasn't like, you guys have heard of the Battle of Hampton Roads, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know what? Like, I'm not like referencing
I know what like Antietam is. And
I know
random
Gettysburg.
extreme, like, I'm not referencing like random like War of 1812 battles. We're talking about Fort Sumter here. That is,
we should talk about the War of 1812 though, because
we got our ass kicked.
British.
They burned
antics-
down the White House.
British antics in the Capitol building.
So basically,
are
what
amazing.
happened is that we bit off more than we could chew, and the victory was in that we eventually just like broke even.
Yeah.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, that is really the story of 1812.
Yeah.
Yep. Make sure to go ahead and rate and subscribe. Tell a friend about this podcast. Help us grow. We saw a little bit of growth this week, so hoping that to continue in that trend.
No, we're going up in the right direction. People enjoy the podcast, and we like super thank you guys for enjoying it and listening. And we've gotten a lot of DMs just from people listening. Like, thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who
Yeah.
like, sends us shit to be like, hey, talk about this.
Yeah, no, seriously, we have a couple, I think, listener things we should probably start covering in the new year, like once we.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of the listeners, John Barraza, John Paul, I'm butchering that name, who sent us the John Smith one.
The John Smith one, yeah.
Yep. I actually so next week's my week, and I
Yeah.
kind of want to go back to that well of just one person
Yeah, I do like the biographies.
who's lived like an incredible life.
Oh,
And just to break up the theme, that we obviously went back-to-back holidays. I'm just gonna do a cool old school bank robber.
Oh, nice.
Tight.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do-
you were talking a lot about the like 1930s.
Yeah, John Dillinger.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet. John Dillinger is a great
Were
one.
you about to like break some news to us?
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was going to say someone that's been a follower of us for a while, Brooks Rabrin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked to him.
On the football podcast.
Yeah.
We did,
He might have called in
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he called in.
after he donated.
Yeah, he has like a really crazy one about Martin Luther. He sent me some stuff about him.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Martin Luther came up in this stuff.
did it?
Yeah,
Well,
I read something that.
no, we are too far into this podcast.
Well, we got to do like
we're
a whole
wrapping
Martin
up.
Luther.
I will
episode,
just say
think.
that Martin Luther was like thought that that Purim and the story of Esther was Jewish nationalism.
Oh, totally.
He was like fuck this, and he thought it was a sign of Jewish nationalism and bloodlust.
Yeah, no, totally. Both Hanukkah and Purim technically are a nationalist holiday.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Hanukkah 100% is just like,
Yeah.
yeah, we fucking run this shit. This is our temple.
They still
like,
lost eventually.
Yeah, I mean, we always do.
They always
Well,
do.
everyone lost to Alexander. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's
It was they were fighting the Macedonians, like the Greeks, weren't they?
yeah.
In the Hanukkah story. Yeah, they lost. Of course they did. Everyone lost.
Did
to
they have
Greeks.
elephants,
I don't know. I don't remember elephants. In
or
the
is that
Hanukkah
just
story.
Hannibal?
No, Alexander didn't have elephants.
Okay. It kind of explains something, but whatever. All right, for that, I'm Dan,
I'm Jake.
I'm Rob.
and you just got soft served.
Yeet yeet.